I am so glad you are back. Where on earth have you been? Anyway, I cooked us a late night pizza snack. It's there on the coffee table. I couldn't find the pizza cutter, but there's a knife there you can cut it with. While you are doing that, I am going to go take a quick shower. Then I will sit down with you and have some pizza and another Vinci Pop. Don't worry, I won't be in the shower very long. I'll be out in a
here at
jiffy.
CRZY News, and we have with us as our guest today Dr. Flipshire of Flattown, who will be discussing what he calls the psychological breakdown of society and Murgatroyd in particular. Welcome to the show, Dr. Flipshire.
Thank you there, Mellison. I'm glad to be here again. Yeah, this is Dr. Flipshire here from down, and most of your viewers, I'm sure, recall when I was on here a year and a half, 2 years ago, whenever Akron had burned down the paper doll factory and then committed suicide, and I was commenting then on the mental state of Akron. Well, today I'm going to comment on the mental state of Murgatroyd. I think there's going to be more and more of this type of thing that y'all have seen here. If you'll recall, after Akron had burned down the paper doll factory and killed himself, all of a sudden then, the serial killer began to strike. Well, of course, the serial killer turned out to be Akron Head's brother, as we now know, and was slain at the wedding of Les Pomack and Imogen Sokowski, but now somebody has stolen the body of the Murgatroyd serial killer. I predict there's going to be copycat killers and more chaos, because I think what we're witnessing is the mental breakdown of society. I'm going to call it the psychological breakdown of Murgatroyd. That's what we're all witnessing, and things are going to continue, I believe, to get worse before they get better.
Dr. Flipshire, to correct one of your statements. As a reporter here at CRZY who followed the Murgatroyd serial killer's rampage from its very beginning some 4 years ago, I would like to clarify that the Murgatroyd serial killer had already claimed many victims before Akron Head did his dirty deeds. So let's be clear about that. Now it can be argued, perhaps, that the serial killer, Eric Niedermeyer, escalated his slayings after the suicide death of his brother Akron Head, but in the interests of accuracy, let's be clear about the facts here. Dr. Flipshire.
Bulletin alert.
Thank you.
News Bulletin alert. This is Ronson Kilroy at CRZY News. We interrupt this program to bring you the following breaking news. The body of a young woman has been discovered behind the Super Deluxe grocery store tonight. Surveillance footage from the store cameras aimed at the bakery captured the event, and Lieutenant Skitters had this to say about what the surveillance footage reveals about the crime.
Deceased victim discovered here. This is Lieutenant Skitters with the Murgatroyd Homicide Division. I'm in charge of the serial killer case. This appears to be a copycat killer, seeing as how I saw and personally identified the Murgatroyd serial killer's death at the wedding of Les Tomac and Imogen Sokowski. I will say this, the surveillance camera and the perpetrator appears to be the same height, weight, and appearance of Eric Niedermeyer, and if I did not know that he was dead, I would say that it was the same individual. The surveillance camera also, sadly, recorded the dismemberment of Flashy the Paper Doll by this killer, and then a young, as yet unidentified skateboarder whom we believe to be Timothy Lawrenson came along and taped Flashy back together and put her in a grocery cart and took off with her. So he left the scene of the crime, this young skateboarder, and he took the other victim, Flashy the Paper Doll, with him. We do not know where he took her, where this young skateboarder is, but we want to question him further, obviously, as quickly as possible for additional information on anything he saw or heard, or additional description and information he can give us on the perpetrator on this new apparent copycat killer. And this was Lieutenant Skinner. That's all I have to say at this moment.
Should be very grateful that Timothy Lawrenson brought Flashy here to us when he did. The operation was a success, thankfully, but she will need lots of sleep and many days to rest up and recuperate. I feel terribly guilty that we brought Eric back. We have basically created a monster and now he is loose and on the rampage once again. But don't worry, I know what I must so Jacqueline, I know what I must do to put an end to his reign of terror once and for all. And I will do what I have to do to end it.
Dr.
Yes, I
Getrick,
will.
please don't go do anything rash. Stop and think about what you are about to do. What on earth are you thinking about doing? Oh my God, that's a gun. You have a gun. Please, Dr. Getrick, what is it that you are planning to
Now,
go
Dr.
and
Reeb
do?
Summer, have you ever known me to act rash? Or foolish? You know how to operate and monitor the time flux energy field device. I have taught you how and I trust you with it. I need for you to remain here and do that while I go and do what must be done. You will take care of Flashy here while she recuperates. I must travel back through time and kill Eric before he ever begins his rampage 4 years ago. It will save the 23 victims he has claimed during the past 4 years, including the victim he killed tonight. And if I do not make it back successfully, you must continue our work here. Hopefully Timmy will continue to evade the authorities who will want to find him and question him. They will also want to know where he took Flashy. They may eventually come here looking for her. Hopefully by the time she will be up and walking and well enough for you to send her away from the lab here. Keep me in your thoughts and wish me luck on my mission here. Believe me, Jacqueline, this is the only way. It must be done. It must be done.
Oh my goodness, that shower was very nice. Did you save me some of that pizza? That's funny, I thought for sure that I had locked the door behind me. Eric? Eric? Are you still here? I brought some more Vinci Pop, another pizza and a bottle of wine. Eric? Where are you? Where are you?
Cosmetics, the raw, unexpurgated essence of primal femininity that hints at the dawn of womankind and the ferocious sex appeal from within. Splash a little Slidette 3 on and bring out the urges in all the males around you. For the fast stylish girl of today's world. Slidette 3, new from Vincini Cosmetics.
CRZY News Bulletin. Bulletin alert. Bulletin alert. The body of a young female was discovered tonight behind the Super Deluxe grocery store near downtown Murgatroyd. Identity of the victim is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. Lieutenant Skidders of the Murgatroyd Homicide Division said this is almost certainly a copycat killer imitating the recently slain Murgatroyd serial killer who was shot by a sniper at the wedding of late Tomac and Imogene Slokowski. The body of the serial killer mysteriously disappeared from the medical examiner's office prior to an autopsy, but investigation into the missing body was called off. In other news, the release of the new Slide at 3 cologne from Vincini Cosmetics once again sent Vincini stock soaring.
Vincini Triple Flex Theaters. The most shocking creatures to ever attack mankind. Attack of the Giant
Theater goers. The Vincini Corporation is not liable for sudden heart attacks, panic attacks, or other violent visceral reactions that may result from the unbelievably frightening and shocking scenes during this motion picture.
And giant cables snap like puny threads. There it goes! And giant cables snap like puny threads. There it
Shocking, terrifying, unbelievable. It will shatter your nerves and startle your senses. In horrifying sensual
able to sit up, Flashy. I brought you a newspaper to look at. Oh, and you have a visitor, the young skateboarder who saved your life by taping you back together and then bringing you here to the lab. Well, he is here to visit you, Flashy. I told him not to make it a habit because the authorities are still looking for him and you both so they can question you about the attacker. At any rate, here he is, Timmy Lawrence's son, so enjoy your visit with him, Flashy. I will drop by back your room here later.
Flashy? You awake? Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I just came to check up on you. I didn't know what to think or how to feel when I saw you laying there. You know, I remember the first time I met you. You were so beautiful. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say, didn't know what to think. and then I seen everybody coming after you. I knew that I had to do something, so I got a hold of all my skateboarder buddies. You know, we formulated that little plan, and I traveled back into time to save you from the evils and everything. Everybody's after you, but we helped you out. Yeah. Oh, Flashy, it's so horrible seeing you in this state. I hope we can make things, I hope everything works out for you. I've got this MP3 of the first time I met you that I remember. I want you to hear it.
Well, I'm going to start out by letting you know that I love your show. I listen to it all the time, dude. All right, well, I was doing an aerial 360 kickflip down the half pipe the other day, and I saw this beautiful paper girl walking down the street. And, I mean, she was just gorgeous. Everything I ever wanted. And I went up to try to go talk to her, but she ignored me and stuff. Well, you know, I didn't know too much about it, but then I've been hearing about all these senators and people out there trying to, you know, protest her, drag her down, whatever, you know, tell her that she doesn't deserve rights and everything. But she's, you know, she's just as human as the rest of us, you know, dude? Like, seriously, man, I think it's ridiculous that they want to sit there and hate on her, you know. I skateboard for a living. It's not like I do anything special or anything like that, you know. I go and beg for food and shit like that all the time, you know. I don't understand why they're going to hate on such a beautiful girl. She's too beautiful. Way too beautiful.
Thank you. That was a skateboarder here in Dead Center Park.
It's not just your opinion, no, 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 no. It's an opinion. Call into Opinion Radio. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Call into Opinion Radio. Go, 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 go.
Welcome to our show today. This week's edition of Opinion Radio, with your host Julie Etta Sidestepper. Call in your opinion about anything, any idea, any subject. This is where you can voice your opinion. And we have a caller on the line now.
Howdy there, Julie. It's Uncle Frank here again. I'm calling in and all and what have you. And I'm just wanting to say I had this young couple broke down out there by my house out there at Flat Town the other night. Radiator and all, you know, went out and it was raining, what have you. They had a little dog and what all. And so I let them come on in. And of course, we all was spooked to begin with because the car broke down. And the old boy forgot to charge his cell phone up and all, you know, so they sat down by the fireplace and dried off, and I fed the dog part of a pork chop and all, you know, and I heard noise outside, you know, some kind of a racket, and so I grabbed my shotgun. Well, that spooked the old girl, of course, but anyhow, I went outside looking to see what I could find, and of course, something had killed some of my chickens. Now, I had kind of a suspicion in the back of my mind, but it don't make a lot of sense right now, you know, because I've had chickens killed before quite a long time ago, and I'm not going to get into that during this phone call, but anyhow, something killed some of my chickens. So anyhow, I went on out into the woods, you know, and I've seen some weird stuff out there. Those old chemicals that they dump from that Vincini Cosmetics Corporation, they float down down that creek there that runs back behind my house there, off in the woods, and runs on down there by that biotech lab. And I'm telling you, I've seen some weird things moving and sitting around out there at night. I ain't ever said nothing to nobody because I thought they'd think I was crazy or all, but I'm just tired of keeping it to myself and all. And, you know, I'm just telling you, now there's some weird stuff out there in the woods. So, anyhow, it's all I got to say is Uncle Frank here. Frankie. Frankie.
Something is terribly wrong. I can sense it. I can feel it. Something has happened to Flashy, and I must go back through the time flux energy field to the year 2016 and help her. The paper towel twins are now old enough to look after all of the other offspring, and Flashy and I have taught all of our children very well. They will do fine in my absence. Flashy, I am coming to Murgatroyd once again, as I did before, to save you. You will not fall victim to the evil humans. And someday very soon as our numbers grow, the tables will indeed turn against the barbaric humans, and the world will be ruled by peaceful paper dolls. I'm coming to help you, Flashy.
This is a CRZY Bulletin Alert. Flashy the paper doll remains missing after being attacked and dismembered by an unknown assailant who had also slain a local Murgatroyd woman moments earlier. Both attacks were captured on video footage by cameras at the Super Deluxe grocery store parking lot in downtown Murgatroyd. Flashy's dismembered body parts were placed in a grocery cart by an as yet unidentified skateboarder who is believed to possibly be Timothy Lawrence's son. If you have seen this young man, please notify authorities of his whereabouts.
Oh Eric, isn't this just terrible? Why are you sitting there laughing? There's nothing funny about this kind of news. Or maybe you are amused because this kind of news upsets me. I'm just glad I can't see all the terrible things that go on these days in Murgatroyd. I guess sometimes being blind isn't so bad after all. Hey, I'm going to grab us both another Vincy Pop out of the fridge. Did you take your mental alert pill yet today, Eric?
Snack bar for delicious treats and eats for the entire family. Ice cold drinks and yummy chocolate covered treats. Murgatroyd's finest drive-in theater for your nighttime entertainment.
With a ring of cheese baked into a totally new thinner crust, you'll want to eat it the raw.
Snack bar. Hot fresh buttered popcorn. Genuine authentic Italian pizza with real mozzarella cheese. Delicious hot dogs. Out of this world hamburgers, cheeseburgers and
All been seen eat triple flex theaters. The most shocking creatures to ever attack mankind. Attack of the Giant
Theater goers. The Vincini Corporation is not liable for sudden heart attacks. Funny shocking scenes.
And giant tables snap like puny threads. There it goes! And giant tables snap like puny threads. There it goes!
Today's thrilling episode of Heart's Desire is brought to you by Vincini Cosmetics. Makes a Vincini face cream for the little Miss Fancy Pets in your family. Slide up to Cologne, and for her brother the new Whiplash 5 aftershave, and of course for the whole family there's Uncle Crud Buckets.
A horse, a motorcycle, or even driving a taxi cab, Uncle Crud Bucket's Basic Lime Thigh Cream will work wonders on your thighs. Oh yes, it will. You thighs will be grateful. Oh yes.
Very soon. I'm going to get her. I will have my revenge for all these years of suffering. She will pay the price. She will suffer like I did. It's almost time. I have made all the necessary preparations. I have planned carefully. Yes, soon. Very, very soon. A girl just can't get over. What more can I say? Of course, living the life of the high and mighty, you wouldn't know about these things. Life was handed to you on a silver platter and you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Well, the tables are about to turn, my dear. Oh yes, they are. My revenge is going to be so very slow and so very revenge is going to be so very slow and so very sweet. Is going to be so very slow and so very sweet. My revenge is going to be so very slow and the girl just can't get over. What more can I say?
Now playing at all Vincini Triple Flex Theaters. The most nightmarish horror film ever to come to the theaters. No one will be seated during the last 30 minutes of this film. Due to the horrifying content of this motion picture, Vincini Productions is not responsible for faintings, heart attacks, panic attacks, or other health-related conditions that may occur while watching this film. Financial news today. Vincini stock again rose 2 points with the nationwide boom in their new mental alertness
Welcome
formula.
to our show today. This week's edition of Opinion Radio with your host Julietta Sidestepper. Call in your opinion about anything, any idea, any subject. This is where you can voice your opinion. And we have a caller on the line now.
I've called in before, but I feel that some stories just won't go away or be forgotten. Some things a girl just can't get over. Like having her face scarred by tainted face cream and then getting a paltry, insulting settlement in a class action lawsuit. While the CEO Judy Vince Eeni, who never bothered to apologize for actions, by the way, walks off scot-free and continues to live the high life of luxury. Well, her day is coming. Oh, how the mighty are fallen. She will get her just desserts, mark my word. The scarred faces of thousands of women are crying out for justice. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Yeah, dear old Mom. The caller's right. You've never apologized to anybody for anything, not even for not claiming me and not raising me. Yeah, you're probably going to get yours one day. That caller was right. Ha ha. Hey, honey, could you please pour me another glass of wine and bring me some more pizza? Thanks, dear.
It's not just your opinion, no, 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 no. It's an opinion. Call into Opinion Radio. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Call into Opinion Radio. Do, 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 do.
Good evening, listeners out there and callers. This is Ronson Kilroy here, filling in tonight for Juliana Sidestepper. She couldn't be here. This is, of course, Opinion Radio. And our subject tonight is, what are some of the strangest things that have ever happened to you? So we'd like for you to call in and tell us some of the really strange things that have happened to you. And here comes a caller now on line one. It's Uncle Frank here. I just down there at the Super Deluxe grocery store the other night. You know, the one where they found that girl's body behind the store the other night that they think might have been the new serial killer, some kind of a copycat or something rather like that. And, you know, that old skateboarder Timmy and all came along and flashed you up, well, what was left of her anyway, and put her in a cart. And took her, they found all that on videotape, of course. You know, they still don't know for sure where he took her or what happened to Flashy or even what happened to Timmy, you know, and all. And anyhow, I was in the grocery store there at Super Deluxe, and I seen this old gal, and she's a good-looking woman. And she's had her face about halfway covered up, kind of a little old mask or something. I don't know what, she'd been in an accident or what, and she's wearing these long red gloves. And she didn't have much to say. She's standing in front of me at the grocery line there, you know, paying for her groceries there at the checkout hall. I don't know. One conversation led to another, and we got talking about talk radio, and I told her I like to call in, and she said she recognized my voice. I guess a lot of people know me, you know, Uncle Frank. I call into a bunch of these shows, and she said she called into some of them, too. Anyway, I didn't catch her name or anything like that, and then she was out of there. Of course, I had quite a few groceries. Aunt Suki ate for a lot, I'll tell you what. And anyhow, and she just, I just don't know what was going on wearing them long red gloves and all, and I just thought it was odd, just kind of unusual, you know, and so I thought I'd just call in about that tonight, and it's been Uncle Frank. Thank you.
Well, the great Judy Vincini herself, at last. In my clutches and at my mercy. If you have some misguided fantasy about being rescued, you can forget it, Judy. This abandoned industrial warehouse is way off the beaten path. You've had it coming to you for a long, long time, little Miss High and Mighty. The great Judy Vincini, who destroyed thousands of women's faces with her tainted face cream. I had a promising modeling career until I used some of your face cream. I've been to 4 different dermatologists and none of them could do a thing. They told me I would just have to live with it. And that paltry settlement from the class action lawsuit. What a joke, what an insult. You have no idea, Judy, how long I have been planning this. What a piece of work you are, Judy. A bastard son you wouldn't claim, who has gone around killing 22 women and then finally gets what he deserves from a sniper at a wedding ceremony. I'd like to pin a medal on whoever the guy was who shot him. I have plans for you, Judy. You have no idea what lies ahead for you. Ha 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 ha. Time for you to face the music, sweetheart. Hee 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 ha ha hee hee hee.
I'm Roger Kilroy. Tonight on Great Cult Movie Directors, we are interviewing Anastas Bellini. Mr. Bellini, what would you say is one of your signature techniques that makes your films develop a cult following?
Well, it's the build-up of music and the blood, lots of blood, and the shadows. Usually lots of the shadows. It's a shadowy thing. And this creates suspense and terror and fear in the audience. And this is what everybody like. They like the blood, they like the shadows, and they love the suspense.
Well, you got that right. Can you tell us about Apronhead's Last Stand that was shot right here in Murgatroyd?
Oh, yes. And this one was a big major hit. And I filmed it right here in Murgatroyd. It is based upon an Apronhead who burned down the paper doll factory, as you know, and then burned himself, and the owner of the paper doll factory had to recreate all of this and do the special effects on their own, and it worked very fabulously. Capiche?
Capiche. Tell us about Night of Unspeakable Horror, if you would, please.
Oh, yes. This is one of my atmospheric pieces. I take the small village out in the wilderness, and I take the major city, and I have the cult, and there's this satanic cult that they are doing these unspeakable acts, and this is something that has worked, and it works over and over again in all of my films. Throw the horror, throw the blood at the audience, so they love it, they love it, they love it.
I understand. You have plans for a Murgatroyd serial killer movie based on the actual events here in Murgatroyd. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes, sir. We plan to cover the entire career of this Murgatroyd serial killer. We are going to come here and take our time recreating every single horrible murder and all of its bloody detail. Yes, we're going to do a movie about the Murgatroyd serial killer. Yes, that's the more.
Ha 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 ha! Well, thank you very, very much, Mr. Bellini, and thank you for being on our great cult movie directors, and you have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Grazie, grazie.
I am back in Murgatroyd in my own time, the year 2016. And I must find Flashy. I must make sure she is safe. There's a storefront there with televisions going. Looks like the evening news. I will stop and watch it and find out what is happening in Murgatroyd.
Oh Drifties, it's extra good, extra good. Oh Drifties is always extra good.
Here at Drifties, we've been serving up doubles and triples now for nearly 75 years. But guess what? Now, they're not just good. They're extra good. So next time you go through the drive-thru or come into Drifties and order a triple, say, I want one extra good, and we'll give you an extra good triple at Drifties. And don't forget those extra good fries and extra good triple soft drinks at Drifties for the ravenous little appetites in your family.
Oh Drifties, it's extra good, extra good. Oh Drifties is always extra good.
Prominent businesswoman Judy Vincini, the CEO of Vincini Cosmetics Corporation, still remains missing and is believed to have been kidnapped. No ransom demand has been made yet, but Lieutenant Skitters believes that there will be a ransom demand issued soon. There are still no reports as to the whereabouts of the skateboarder who picked up the dismembered body parts of Flashy and disappeared with her to an unknown location. Flashy is assumed to be dead, which would make her the second victim of this new copycat killer. A killer who appears to be imitating the Decades Murgatroyd serial killer both in terms of type of victim, modus operandi and location choice of victim. The Super Deluxe grocery store parking lot had in fact been the site of one of the original slayings. In other news today, expansion has begun on the Quentin Memorial Stadium.
No. I will track down the killer of Flashy and tear him apart piece by piece. Then I will return to the future and lead the race of paper dolls to overthrow mankind. Humanity must be punished for what they have done to Flashy. Mankind must pay. Mankind must pay.
back, and I am just about to have a goddamn heart attack. He smashed those plate glass windows in that television TV shop downtown. He's all over town. They've got him on video. Why can't y'all catch him? You didn't catch him before. He's been gone for months. That's how come he's back. Well, I want you out there in force. I'll fire every damn one of you if I have to and hire a whole new force. I don't care if you have to nail him to the wall. I don't care what you have to do. Hell, bring out the SWAT team. Hell, send him through a wood chipper. I don't care what happens. We've got to get rid of this wooden thing. As far as that goes, whatever the hell happened to the dismembered body of Flashy? Y'all can't even find a paper doll. You can't even find the skateboarder that ran off with her. Yeah, I think it's Timothy Lawrence, son, my God. He lied on national television, he disappears, runs away from home all the time. Come on. And you guys can't find the skateboarder. I'm disgusted with the whole damn force. I've got a wife that raises hell at night when we go out to dinner. I'm about to have a goddamn heart attack. Somebody get me my heart pills. Okay, all of y'all are dismissed. That's it. Bye.
Calculations were off. I have landed in the past, Murgatroyd's past, but not to a time 4 years ago as my calculations should have taken me. From the looks of the cars and the clothing, this would have to be sometime in the 1930s.
Savings Thursday here at Super Deluxe Grocery, and we are offering 30% off on all Vincini products. Grab a tube of Uncle Crud Bucket Saking Shoulder Creme for just $2.99. And get Vinci Pop soft drinks for just $1.99 a six-pack. And don't forget to try the exciting new Slidette 3 cologne for the little Miss Fancy Pants in your family. Save today, save every day. Right here at Super Deluxe Grocery, the oldest supermarket in Murgatroyd City, serving our customers for over 75
Mister, you can't be serious. You can't possibly buy one of those tainted products and support an evil, demented, twisted woman like that CEO Judy Vincini and her cohorts. She destroyed the faces of thousands of women nationwide, and you are going to stand here and buy one of her products? Are you out of your mind?
Now, hold on there just a minute, lady. You just don't know what my wife, Aunt Susie's like. She's seen the commercial there for this Slidette 3 while she was watching her soap opera, The Heart's Desire and all, and Aunt Susie's always been partial to colognes and perfumes and all that, so she sent me down here to get her this Slidette 3 so she could see what it smelled like and all, and I'll catch heck if I get home without this thing. Now, come on. You got to relax a little bit. I believe you're kind of overreacting a little bit, don't you?
You're just like the rest of the ignorant, apathetic public. It's idiots like you that made Judy Vincini the filthy rich monster that she is. My face got scarred by her tainted face cream, and like thousands of other women I got an insult of a settlement from that class action lawsuit. But what goes around comes around, and Judy's number is up. Sorry, mister, but I have to get out of here before I throw up.